Look at the tuba. Look at that. Piece of cake. Today on In the Wood Yard, we've got hickory to split up the elevator into a pile. Here we go. So today is the last day I'm going to be working on this hickory, hopefully, and I'll have the whole pile done. Now this was all tree service wood that we got last September, so this has been laying in log form over to the side here for 6 months, quite a long time. So I'm going to show you kind of what happened. So it was all stacked right in here, and we cut it up. You can see all the sawdust. There's a lot of noodles here because there's a lot of big logs, rounds that we cut that are were split, that we need to split. And yesterday I cut the rest of it up, pushed it over here, and then I had some deliveries because I was planning on getting this all done, but it didn't happen, which happens often because I run out of time. And it's all set up because Bert and I did this a couple days ago. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to split the rest of this. Then I'm going to put away the splitter because I'll be done with that for a while. The Easton Made Ultra, I'll be putting that away because I won't be needing it. We're going to pick up all of these cookies and chunks and put them into a tote because there's some totes over there I'm going to fill. I'm going to get that moved out of here. Going to move the elevator out over here, over this way. And then this whole pile, once it's done, I'm going to shove over here into the corner with the tractor, with the bucket. Just going to shove it over here into this corner. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up the mess that we made over here. So all the debris, all of the sawdust, I'm going to rake all that up, get it onto the concrete here, and get it scooped up. And then maybe I'll just leave it in a pile. I'm afraid to drive out there because there's so much mud out there yet that I don't want to tear it up. We'll see. I'll kind of check it out and see if it's good. But over by the bins over there where we have all the scrap and debris, it might be a little soft, so I don't want to drive over there yet. So maybe I'll just leave it in a pile, but I'll get it all cleaned up. And then the project I'm going to work on after that is either we're going to start processing this cherry right here, because that I want to run through the processor, the Blockbuster 1412. Then there's a little bit of pine right here. What is it, 5, 6 sticks of pine. Looks like white pine that Bert and Adam got from a tree job. So I'm going to put that into a tote because that I just want to set to the side. And then all this ash I want to run through the processor also, because hopefully I'll be getting a couple, 3, 4, 5 loads of oak and cherry and hard maple. I got some wood that I've got on order that it should be coming fairly soon. So I want to get this cleaned up as much as possible. So the next couple loads we can put like right here, so they're right next to the processor. Then I got to start working on all this stuff, and there's a good chance my brother Ken might be coming in a couple days because he's got some time now. He said he'd come and help me for a few days. So we've got all this white oak that's in here. All this is white oak right through here. I want to get all this processed. We might try to do most of it on the processor. And then I've got all that free wood that I got, the ash, the beech, the oak, and there's a bunch of tree service wood there. So all this I want to get all cleaned up so we can get the mess that we've created here all cleaned up, and then we can have room for some more wood. And then I might even work on making another bin or two because I've got wood coming hopefully that I'll be able to get into the bins, and I'm going to need more space. So, and the reason I'm just going to push all of this wood up against the wall just to get it out of the way, because I want this open in case a load comes. Number one. Number two, I don't want to put it in the bins yet because it's still a little soupy out there. A couple more days and I should be able to do that. But for now, I'm just going to shove it off to the side. Then we can scoop it up later and take it out there. This pile right here so far is probably 4 full cords, my guess. And there's probably 2 face cords or 2/3 of a cord left to split here. Something like that would be my guess, just looking at the size of the pile. Yeah, it's probably 2-ish. Somewhere in there. And that's what's going to happen right now. Splitting time. Look at the Tuma. So I was splitting along happily. Things are going well, and I got cocky. Instead of putting this off to the side, because it's a big burl that's in here. I mean, I sheared half of it off already. It's down over there. And I got jammed on here. So it's really on there. Now, there are some things that you normally would do when you get a piece of wood jammed. You take your maul or axe and you beat on it, pulling it that way, trying to push it out, raise your wedge up, wiggle it around. Well, this is really stuck on there. I already hit it a couple times. I haven't shown this in quite a while, so I thought this would be the perfect time to show you guys, people that are new to the channel, 'cause I haven't done this probably in over a year, how to pull this off using the hydraulics. So I got a chain, and the problem is that normally you'd have a chunk sticking up here. You could wrap the chain around it, bring your wedge forward, or your push plate, put a chain around it, and you just pull it back out. But I've really got nothing to hook to here, so I got this little corner here. Hopefully I can get the chain in here and wrap it around and just gradually nudge it back. So we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna give it a try. If that doesn't work, I don't know. I really can't go anywhere else because, well, I suppose I could. No, I can't really go around there either. Down over there, I can't do that. So this is going to be a tough one because normally you'd have a chunk sticking up. You can just wrap the chain around the end and pull it right back. But I'm going to show you basically the principle of it anyway. I don't know if it'll work on this particular one, but I'll give it a try. Okay, well, we'll fire up the splitter here. Come on. Oh, I guess I got to turn it on, would always help. There we go. We don't need a lot of RPM, so we're going to keep it kind of low so you guys can hear me chit chat while I do it. So this is way more chain than I need. And first time I did this, it was like a major light bulb went off. So first thing I'm going to do is bring the wedge forward so it's close. Now I could go underneath here, which is usually the easier thing to do. But you don't want to damage your cylinder because I already got a leak again there, so I might have to be doing some work on that. You basically, if there was a hook up here welded on, you could just hook to it or hook back this way. You could hook onto this and then just pull it back. So I don't know, we're going to give this a try here. We're going to try to put some of this down inside of here. See if I can ram it in there. This is always the hard part. So I think what I'm going to do, with my axe on, I'm going to kind of force it in here. I know it's not good for the axe, don't care. A lot of people just get panicky about stuff. Okay, so this is probably just going to pop right off. Yeah, it's going to pop right off. I need a hook up here would be ideal. So I'm going to try this by going underneath the ram here and try not to damage the cylinder. That's the hard part. And then we're going to hook this. I guess I'll just try to hook it. I got enough throw here. Let's just see what happens. Okay, here we go. We're going to back it off. Again, I just give it a little bit at a time. Looks like it's biting a little bit. Look at that. You don't want to go here because you're going to damage your cylinder. But look at that. Piece of cake. No damage, no hurt, no follow. Underneath. Good. So yeah, if you welded a hook on here of some sort where you could put a chain, maybe one on each side, you could do this all the time. But look at how good that worked. A lot easier than pounding on it, isn't it? You got hydraulics, you might as well use the hydraulics to pull it off. First time I saw that, somebody told me about it and I tried. It was like, how dumb have I been for how long? Okay, so we got it off. Now the real trick is can I still split it? Because this is a dandy here. I don't know if I can do anything with it, but we're going to try to shave a piece off. The 4-way wedge is not the way to go. You want a single wedge. So what I'm going to try to do is to take a little bit off of this side here. Let's see, let's roll it this way. Turn the baby up. Shave a little bit off. Oh yeah. That's the way to do it. Take a little piece at a time, like eating an elephant. And I know there's people freaking out about this burl. Don't care. I've tried selling them, they just don't sell. This should be no problem going through that. So it goes through no problem. Okay, so what I'm going to do is tell you why I split these pieces the way I do now. Here we got a flat cut. This is cut with a Husqvarna. Here we got a crooked cut. This was cut by Mike. This was cut with a steel. I don't know if you can see the difference. Steel cut, Husqvarna cut.
That is Joe, calm down.
Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going to put the crooked cut, the angled cut, into the wedge because it'll bite into it. If I go this way, this crooked end can pop off of the push plate. So I always put the crooked, gnarly, nasty, odd cut end in first. And that way, when it hits into the wedge right there, it sticks and it starts to split. Going the other way around, it can pop off of the push plate. So there you go. There's one. This is all wood that's going to be used for smoking meat. And the guys that buy this stuff want small splits. Like this is a maximum right here. But I'm going to split it. Yeah, because I also want it to dry faster. They want the small stuff for their smoking. I'm still going to put that crooked end in first. This one will do again. And I usually do the top split. I hold it up, do the top split. Sometimes I'll do a double. I'll show you that in a little while. Put one on the bottom and the top. There you go. There's one. Now when you get a quarter or a half, you can split it like this. But then you're using the maximum of the wedge. So it's almost easier to use the round part down. And you're getting less contact with the wedge. And the reason that's good is on a splitter that doesn't have a ton of power, like a ton. It has 14 tons or 17 tons, whatever it is. But it's not a 40-ton splitter. So I try to give it a little bit less work. So by doing this, it's hitting less of the wings, and I'll see it happen. It goes through no problem. I'm going to back this off. I'm going to slide this one out of here. Get it all the way, so I'm not hitting it there. It's out of the way. And then this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to split that, and then I got a bottom piece on each side that's good. Here and here. Pull this one out, and I'm going to do a top split on this one like this. So I'm splitting basically just the top half of the wedge. And here I turn it to all four, and all four should be fine. This one's good. That's good. That's good. This one here is good. This one will do one more pop, even though I could have left it like it was. Pull it in half, and I'm going to pull this one back around, and I'm going to split this side. So I'm leaving stuff on the outside edge here like this. And then I'm going to take this one and push this one through with this one like that, and I can pull this one back out, and then I get four little guys. And then this one I'll go back to the top like this. So I'm getting two halves, and that's done. And then this one's partially split already, so I'm going to do kind of a double here. So both pieces are going to get chopped. There's one there. Couple there, and I'll do this one more time. And then that whole chunk is done. I don't know how many pieces I got, but I got a bunch from it. So again, here we've got a flat, straight cut on this side, and we've got a crooked cut on this side. And so we're going to put that in first. We're going to flip this back around. We're going to take this one and shove these two out of here with this one. There's one. There's two. So now I got to, so that way I'm not fighting these or having to pound them out. I let the hydraulics do the work by pushing it away. So there's those two. And then this one I'm going to split in half. Like that. And then this one I'm going to split in half again on the top. That in. And this one I'm going to go in. And again, these are small pieces. Like I said, this is for smoking. This is not for heating wood or anything like that. Here's a piece of that before, a little bit too big for what my people are going to want. Normally I'd probably just leave it. There you guys put that in there. Here's a perfect, this is my favorite size here. So this one right here is it's about a 9 or a 10-inch piece. Round, no knots. It does have a saw cut right here. We're going to cut through it. Probably was cutting a piece on top when I hit the other side. So nice and round. I love this size, easy to handle. I'm going to show you something how I'm going to treat that cut that's on the top edge here. So you can see right here there's a cut. we're going to hold this up. I'm going to take pieces off. I'm going to take that piece off, that one, and then this I'm going to split in half, but I'm going to leave it like this because that cut goes through the middle. So I'm going to try to keep it so that they stay together. Because if I was to split it this way, these two little pieces would fall off. See what I'm talking about? And leave it like that. That one's good as is. This one's going to go in half. And this one here, again, I'm going to try. Well, that's got a deep cut on there all the way through. So I'm going to try to. I might get some chunks of it. Yeah, it's chunking off. So there we go. There's some hurt wood. They're just chunked off. So basically, I just got rid of them. So there's that one. So you still got it connected there. So I'm going to leave that. And then this one is still connected there. So I'm going to split this one right down the middle, which I normally wouldn't have to. But see, basically what I'm doing is I'm keeping it. If I was to split this way, this would have fell off. This way I'm still getting solid pieces here that are nice enough length. So that's all the stuff I think about when I'm splitting here. Let's take a bigger chunk. This one right here is a good example. Something else. So here we've got where there was a branch coming out here, a knot. You can see right there. So I'm going to put that to the upside, not to the bottom. Put it to where it's not going to fight. You can see that knot there. If I was to put that in first with this down, it would fight this. Because you got a double, you got competing connecting lines here as far as the grain of the wood. So I'm going to put that to the back so the wedge can do the work first before it gets here. And it's a little easier that way. If you put a crotch or a knot in first, a lot of times it's fighting it. So we're going to take this off. Come on, kind of stringy. But I know a lot of people use a little hatchet. I just grab it, give it a yank. So then I'm going to turn this. Now we're going to have the knot over here to the outside. And slide this in and should split that. And then we're going to tip that out. And the knot is still here, so I still haven't touched the knot yet. That one. And then these two we can do a split. Now here's something I do quite often. I'm going to put this piece on the bottom, this piece on the top, and I get a double split here. So instead of doing one at a time, I run both of them at once. And now the knot is right here. So again, I'm going to put that to the upper outside here so I'm not cutting it again. Split that one. This one, and this one here. Again, the knot is still connected over here. So now when it's in here, I do this a lot of times too. When I get this stuck in here, because I stop the wedge purposely right here, because I got this loose one, so I can give this a twist, give it a yank, and it's gone. That way it's out of my way. By having it wedged in here, it's like holding it in a vise. So that helps. So I'm going to get rid of this one, and this one, and then we still got that knot here. Still haven't hit it yet, but now I'm going to go up. And we should be able to get that out of there, and we'll get one more here. That way I avoided fighting that knot the whole time, because there's the knot. Finally got to it. So try to get the knot last. Up. Split one side over to the right, one to the left. Slide this one out of here. And this here is pretty loose. I should be able to yank this right off of here like that. Slide this over here. That's where having a bigger table is nice, because you can leave your work to the sides like this, and you can not have to pick it up off the ground again. You know, I see a lot of guys with great big huge 40, 50, 60, 100-ton splitters. That's a joke. But they got to have the biggest, most massive, bad splitter. They split these big, huge 40, 50-inch rounds, and then they both fall to the ground again. Why? Why let them fall? Keep them up here. Why lift them again? I don't get that, but I'm weird that way. To me, the best wood is the stuff that's manageable. When you get to be massive, massive pieces, yeah, you get a lot of wood from it, but actually production-wise, big wood is slow. It's very slow. That's why I like ripping them down. I like getting them to a manageable size like this, so they're easily handled and worked. Again, I'm going to turn this up. I'm going to get 4 pieces from this one. There you go. There's 4 pieces. Okay, I'm going to do this one again and get 6 pieces. 5. Then we're going to tip this up. So I'm going to get 2 down in the bottom, 2 or 3 up on top, and we'll do a couple resplits here. So you can tell it's going to be that big. So that one's good. That one's good. This one I'm going to do again. Just to knock it down again. So it's good for smoking. This one I'm going to turn again. I'm going to get 4 more pieces out of this one. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. There they are. All right, so the next. So there was a split here. Probably it was part of a tree that had two double top possibly. Again, with the round down. And we're going to split this out of here. There's that one. And this one. And this one's good. Both of these are going to go. And I put this up tight here like that so it doesn't move. And by having a flat table, you can do this. If you've got a cradle, it's hard to do that. And I'm going to hold this one up above like that. You got 4 pieces. Swinger and greased olive oil. And then this one I'm going to hold up and you get 4 pieces again. So I like working my wedge about as high as it is here. This is maybe 2.5 to 3 inches high. And that way my bottom ones are good for this size wood. Normally I would probably go 1 notch higher. So I'm at 3.5 inches, whatever this is. But for what I'm producing, this is what I want. That way my bottom ones are genuinely good. Let's find another victim. Here's a pretty one. It's got a nice handle here, another tuber. And again, I'm just going to put that to the top. There's a crotch, a little tuber thing over here on the side. Split that. And flip this back over this way. If you flip them backwards, a lot of times you can get your stringiness to go away. And pull this back over here. And slide this one over there. Put this one on the bottom. And grab this one here. And again, it looks like I'm moving a lot, and I am, but it's just done faster that way. I'm going to tip this one up. Tuber's on the top again. Top tuba. Get to the chopper. Here we go. Done and done. Spin this around again. These 2 are good. This one's good. This one one more time. And again, I'm not getting them all the same size. There's some that are bigger than others. I'm going to tip this one up. Tuber of the knot fingers over there again, out to the outside. This one's good. This one's good. This one's good. This one hit one more time. There we go. Here's one that's a little different. We've got a branch right here, so I want to avoid that. We've got a flat cut here. This is again a Husqvarna cut. Here's the this here I think looks like a cut from the tree service. They cut it at an angle. Probably has a branch sticking out. But it's flat right here, so I should be able to put that up against the push plate, put the handle to the top, and have the flat part go through. Or I could go this way, like that, but then I got this limb coming out the side here with the crotch, and the cut the flat one here. So I could run it this way, or I could go this way. I think we're going to go this direction, because it's flat enough and big enough back here. It should go without squirting out on it. Yeah, that works just fine. So that's how I would run that one. You got a piece there that's good. There, that's good. Do this one more time. Again, I'm going to put the angled side against the wedge. Stick that one like this. And then this one's got the handle up on top again. We're going to put that up there. Kind of putting this so it goes right through here to the outside. See how I missed it? Instead of fighting it, I just go to the outside. So you can get by with a lot less power. And then a lot of people wouldn't want this on here. And I'm fine with it on there as far as wood because it'll all burn, but a lot of people would trim it. They would do this. Take it off, take this and this is burnt wood, and then they have this, which is fine. Either way, it's a nasty bad one. Now normally, what I would like to do on something like this, I'm not going to use this for a customer to sell. It's not going to go up the elevator. This is going over into the pile behind the camera. This is going to be burnt wood. So what I'm going to try to do is to get this tip to stick into here. Run this, but we've got all kinds of knots and nasty stuff going on here, so it might jam in here. We're going to give it a try, though. See if I can force it in. Just going to give it a little. Sometimes I just give it a little, see what happens. There we go. I got the chunk out of it. So no, that's fine for burnt then. It's good to get a split on. They're a little easier to handle, and they'll dry out better. So now I'm going to try to get the wedge to hit right here and have this be above this wing, like this. This is going to be a tough one. Let's just hold it up there like this. And then I'm going to try to hit this outside edge here. There we go. I'll take this chunk off, burnt wood, and that's probably good enough, but I'm going to try to give it one more. What I'm going to try to do is go right down the middle here. Yet not into the wings, just on the top wedge. Yeah, that's going to split up. Turn down low and see what happens. and it's crooked on both ends. We got it tapered this way and this way. So I've got them tapered so they bite a little bit here. And I stand back over here because it can shoot out either way, and you can get, you can hurt your wedding package there. So you don't want to do that. So just give it a little bit. And if it starts to stop, you can tell it's going to get stuck. And you can go back. So there, we got a chunk there and a chunk here. There you go, burnt wood. A lot of people, if they were doing heating wood, would split this in half. My customers, for my firewood people, generally I would do a quarter on this, a quarter like this. There you go, and that's fine for smoking wood too, just this size. So quarters are really good on this one. Those are one pass and you're done. I like those. Here's another one right here. This one here, it's got a cut here, so we're gonna try to not have chunks fall out of there. So yeah, like doing it that way. I was able to keep this one from going anywhere, and this one got a little bit of splits here, so I'm going to do this one more pass here, but I'm going to go vertical again right through here, so I do vertical with this. And that way, these two pieces stay together, because if I were to lay it this way, this might have chunked off. But here we're going to do it, I'm going to try to cut over to the side like that. By doing that, I avoided this, so it didn't have two little pieces, so it stays together, so it's still good. So you got a crotch here to deal with. You can see this sticking up. So we're going to keep that to the top. Nice and flat on both sides. Push it through. And flip it back. And then we slide this all the way over to the side. Pull this one through, and then push this one through here. Should have did both of these at the same time for the sake of slow. And that doesn't seem like much if you add it up in a full day of splitting. Those doubles, if you do them, you can cut down the number of times you're pushing the wood through the wood tremendously. Like hundreds of times if you're splitting all day long. So that's something to think about. Here we got one that's just fine. This one's just fine. Here we got another little one. Still we got the knot over here. I'm still avoiding it. So now we're going to go over to the side. I'm going to tip it out to this side. And tip it out like that. That one, that one. And then this is going to be the last one. I'll try to get just a piece over here. So I put it out so I get a piece over here, like that. And then I'm going to leave this on there, like that. And this one, still got the knot over here. So what I'm going to try to do is just split part of that off and try to go on a four-way like that. So we got the knot stayed on that one, and then this one's good, and this one's good. There you go. I hope that made sense. Hope it helped you. Now I'm going to quit talking and just split the rest of this. There it is. The hickory has been split. So now I got to do is clean up. So I got to get a tote over here to throw these in. I should have brought it before, so I could have put them right into the tote. Now I'm gonna clean up all this debris and get it pushed up to a pile so that when this dries up, I can take it out, put it into the big bin. There's the big Tuma, and I'm gonna move the elevator. And I'm also gonna put on. Well, I got the small bucket on my tractor, and I'm gonna push this whole pile up against the wall over here to get it out of the way. And then that way I can move the elevator, probably move my trailer somewhere over to the side. And once I get this all cleaned up, I can move some of that cherry over here to the live deck, and then maybe that's what I'll do next.